So, Sel, now that we have calmed down.
Okay. No, we really haven't. Because the whole break, we were still going at it. Tebow was scared. They should have gave him another week.
We will be back with
Yes, we're coming back
in about 30 minutes.
Yes,
But, Sel,
yes.
you worried about Dak Prescott if he misses all the preseason?
No, not worried at all. Look, yeah, they need preseason. We kind of alluded to this in the conversation about Tim Tebow, but preseason is not for everyone. Sean McVay is now becoming the poster man, not child, of this in terms of how he wants to run his organization. But I'll just tell you like this. We didn't need preseason in college. Why in the hell we need it as pros? First and foremost. Second of all, let's talk about recent quarterbacks who've had success that maybe they didn't need preseason. Let's start with the man, Dak Prescott himself. Nearly 6,800 passing yards through the first 4 games. I wonder if he had preseason action last year. No, he didn't. Wow. Why? Nobody did. Aaron Rodgers leads Packers to the NFC Championship game. Beast. Wonder if he had preseason in 2019. Nope. Didn't have it at all. What about Jared Goff? You talking about Aaron Rodgers, of course. He don't need it. Jared Goff needed it. 2018 leads Rams to the Super Bowl. No preseason action. Can y'all miss me with this whole we need preseason to get sharp? How are we getting sharp? Preseason speed is not regular season speed. It's not even close. Like, 1, the caliber of opponent is not the same. And 2, the speed of the game is not the same. So thank you for Sean McVay and other coaches out there that are thinking forward, who are thinking, hey, why do I want to risk my players potentially getting injured in a moment that is not going to sharpen their knives? It's a dull experience that potentially can be risky. So Dak Prescott, who has something going on with his shoulder, needs to rehab. He needs to be available for the regular season, not going out there in the preseason against guys who are going to get cut one day and showing that he's still better than them. No preseason for Dak Prescott. Fine with it.
So I am worried if he misses all of the preseason, but I have to preface with this. Okay. Context matters.
Always.
Context always matters.
Yes.
So you can run around all of California, you can run around all of Los Angeles, you're fine. But let you be on house arrest and run around all of California and all around Los Angeles, it will be an issue. Same action, but there's a different context. So I am not going to sit here and act like Aaron Rodgers needs to play in the preseason. Patrick Mahomes needs to play in the preseason. I wouldn't even say that Tom Brady needs to, although he did. Greatest of all time, played last week. But I will say this. For Dak Prescott, who hasn't played since early October of last year, for Dak Prescott, who is nursing now not 1 but 2 injuries, his ankle, we need to know, is he fully recovered from, and his shoulder. Yes, I do think he should play in the preseason, but in all honesty, they're doing Dak Prescott a disservice not playing him. And the reason I say it is this. Dak Prescott, the first time he will ever be touched on a football field will be in a regular season game versus a reigning Super Bowl champions. Sal alluded to this yesterday. Quarterbacks wear different jerseys, black jerseys, red jerseys, et cetera, at practice. That not only means you cannot hit them. In actuality, it means do not even touch the quarterback. Defensive linemen, if you come clean on a blitz, don't touch him. The coach will blow the whistle. We know he was sacked. Do not touch him. So Dak Prescott's first touch, not hit, his first touch will be against the reigning Super Bowl champions. That's not doing Dak Prescott a service. There's always an adjustment period. You at home know this. Say you don't run for a while, then go out on a concrete and run 2 or 3 miles. You get shin splints. Why? Because your body is adjusting to the fact that you haven't run for a while. Now, after you get shin splints and they dissipate, you won't get them again in a week because your body's now adjusted. Dak Prescott, he's now going to have to adjust Sal to his first hit, to his fatigue, to everything after the first regular season game. I don't even think they're doing him a service. Give him a series. Give him 2 series. Give him 3 series. Give him a quarter. 5 passing plays. But don't just roll him out there against the best pass rushing duo the last 2 years, at least based on statistics of what they did 2 years ago. And be like, all right, Dak, have at it. Good luck on national television. Rooting for you. Can't do that, man.
Man, you can do that, and it's been done to the success of those I've mentioned, even those who are less as players, Jared Goff, than Dak Prescott, and still they had tremendous success without preseason action. First of all, Dak is paid too much to be out there trying to risk it, especially when it doesn't count. Like, let's get this equality out of our head. Once again, he too bougie for this. He too rich for this. If Dak gets hurt, gets touched in the preseason, what you gonna say then? Oh, well, maybe he shouldn't have been playing. Or, no, it was necessary. It wasn't a necessary evil. I used to believe, like you, that preseason is a necessary evil. If coach ever walked up to us and said, who wants to play in the preseason, I would never raise my hand. But I know I should because it's a necessary evil. I'm starting to respect that less and less by the day. Even a Justin Fields, who's played one game in the NFL, and that's not even a real game, it's a preseason game, said, yeah, the game kind of felt slow. You know why? Because Justin Fields is like, man, this ain't sharpening my knives. So what is it for? If it's the risk-reward relationship is starting to get skewed to the risk, especially in Dak's case, why are we doing it? For a cumulative in 4 games, 3 games now, in a cumulative quarter and a half of football over 3 games, we want to see if Dak Prescott can get touched. What the hell? What kind of logical equation is that? That's not how you run a franchise, and that's not how you treat your star player. I need to see you play 1 series here, 2 series here, against some scrubs there, and then it tells me you're ready. How about just wait till it's time to go, and I'll be ready? So let him rehab, let him get himself fully capable and healthy, and let's see it when it matters, because this right now just doesn't matter.
I think a couple things. Number one,
Okay.
if Dak Prescott's playing in the first or second quarter, he's not playing against scrubs. Like, we throw that around too loosely on TV.
No, we don't, because too many guys are not playing in the preseason. You going to see Aaron Donald out there?
No.
This entire preseason?
But Aaron Donald's backup is not a scrub. The 4th teamer may be a scrub. We can look at the depth chart. So a stat person tell me during the next break. Aaron Donald's backup will not be a scrub. He may not be Aaron Donald.
Hold on.
But when we say
if you ever in
scrubs,
practice and coach say you get to go against, first of all, we usually go against the second team. Why? Because they're not going to stress us the same. First team versus second team. Good. Now, when he said first on first, I'm like, it's a scrimmage, coach. What you doing? So I don't know. When I was starting second team, there was a difference.
Of course.
Right.
But I think that's the difference that Dak Prescott needs.
Why?
Like, I'm fine. It's the same thing.
He had 6,800 pass yards last year with no preseason action through 4 games, and he needs something now?
It's the same thing, and we talked about yesterday. If you're training for a marathon, you don't go out day 1 and run 26.2 miles. You go out and you run 5 miles. Then you run a 7-mile run. Then you do a 13-mile run. Then you work up and maybe you do a 15. And then you run a marathon. You don't just go out there, hey, I'm going to run a marathon today. Try it, see what happens, y'all. Just wake up one day and run a marathon. Body will be in shot.
And you don't
work your way up.
You don't think Dak's in football playing shape?
We know he can't be in football playing shape because he's not playing football. And you and I have both said on this show that the only way to get in football playing shape is to play ball.
But time out. You're not understanding. Let's not argue. Did he play in the preseason last year?
No, sir.
Did he start off with 6,800, like on pace for 6,800 yards? There was nothing wrong with Dak except an acute injury. Acute injuries can happen anytime, any place. That is not about conditioning. That's about you in the wrong place at the wrong time, brother. I'm just not understanding. I'm trying to walk with you because you can convince me it's a necessary evil, but I don't see it. Jared Goff went to the Super Bowl. No preseason. Aaron Rodgers.
The place I need you to walk with me is this.
Where?
The context. If Dak was fully healthy, I do not think Aaron Rodgers needs to play in the preseason. I do not think Tom Brady needs to play in the preseason. I do not think Patrick Mahomes needs to play in the preseason. I am not saying all quarterbacks or Jared Goff back when he was with the Rams need to play in the preseason. The only reason I think Dak needs to is, what's up with your shoulder? Is it going to fatigue or not? Because I don't want you to get into the 3rd quarter of the regular season game and all of a sudden we got to bring in our backup Garrett Gilbert because we didn't know what you got. At least if you play in the preseason and you go out there and you throw 12 passes and you feel it, then now we know how to prepare for the regular season. You know what? Let's keep another quarterback on the roster. Because there might be a chance that Dak gets
why
hurt.
don't we prepare like it potentially can fatigue? Like you're telling me to run a marathon, and I'm saying, well, I'm hurt. And you say, well, still train for it like you got to run. I say, well, why don't we just wait for the marathon? I'll be ready because I've already trained up to this point. Dak has already been in football shape in a general sense. You want it to be specific, and if he gets hurt in the preseason, I don't think that conversation is going to sound the same.